usually what I do in these like analysis is I just like talk about like my thought process, their thought process, things that happened, how things happened, why things happened, and then also just like talking about things people are like, oh my god, this is fake for certain reasons. So I always, every time there's like a couple things and it's like, okay, let's talk about it. Off the beginning, I get punched. I think it was by like Mr. Halo or something. Was it? I think it was Bad. Bad punches me, which is illegal, by the way. He broke the rules. He's not allowed to punch me until I have started going. So Bad, he's a muffin. Luckily, I was going to go this way anyway because there was trees, and that's kind of where I wanted to go towards. The other way, there wasn't any trees. We got some classic tunes here. What if I didn't want to go this way? I tried purposely this time to use a lot of the old-timey music and the songs that kind of made Manhunt, helped make Manhunt what it is, just because I was like, kind of nostalgic. It's like the last one. Get me up on this tree, and I didn't want to take fall damage, which I ended up doing anyway because Sapnap like yeets me off the cliff. Yeah, I got a shovel there and some boots, and I was like, oh, a shovel, perfect. There's like no trees here. I can get some dirt maybe. I didn't actually, because I said I could kill them with it, but I wasn't gonna fight them because I wanted to use the shovel to get dirt quickly because there was no trees. I didn't really want this dirt, but I didn't know how much dirt he had. And then he dropped it, and I go back and it's just one dirt, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess that wasn't really worth fighting him. But and Savannah was just being an idiot. And I just realized I didn't have time because he was too close to me, and then I went down here. This is all pretty simple. I'm just explaining this stuff. I tower up. The reason I towered up high is I was looking to see if there's anything. I was trying to, right at this point I was like, all right, maybe I can somehow. I didn't have many blocks. I thought I was kind of screwed, but I did think like maybe there's something I can try and go towards. Like if I saw, like, as an example, like even just like this cave is useful. There's there's water over here. There's like something in the distance over there. It looks like a tree. At this point in Manhunts, like obviously we record a bunch, so like 9 out of 10 times in the beginning or more in this instance I would just be dead. Like a lot of times in a Manhunt at the very beginning you'll just have nothing. Like if you have nothing and you go to a desert and you have no trees or anything, like you're just dead. Like there's nothing you can do. So I was kind of sitting here like, all right, I'm just gonna die here. Like this is definitely the end. And then they come with full diamond. Well, it's not full diamond, but I think Ann has a chest plate. Alsnuda has a chest plate and leggings. And they toss them. All right, I'm about to give away something that I've never said before. That now that Manhunt's over, this is an interesting tidbit. This will pull back the curtains a little bit. But that audio you're hearing, that's not from this Manhunt. That audio that you're hearing right now, where I'm going, what? That's from the first time that they ever did the diamond trick. And that has happened in a lot of the Manhunts. Your ears deceive you, okay? Where you'll hear something happening, and I'm playing audio from an old recording or from a different recording that happened that we didn't end up using or whatever that I save, because otherwise our reactions are not good all the time throughout every Manhunt ever. They're just not perfect. They're not good. They did try and do this diamond trick multiple times, and so this was not the first time that I had seen them do this. And I figured off the beginning that there's a chance that they were doing it because we spawned in a place that had rivers and stuff. And so I was like, all right, they could be doing a diamond trick. And that's why you don't hear me up to this point being like uber confused about like where they are or anything. You don't hear me going like, where's Ant? Where's Awesome Dude? Because I knew I had an idea of what they were doing because they had been doing it to me the previous day when we were recording and getting diamonds and crap. And it was very annoying. Basically, the way they had so many diamonds so quickly, you find a clay patch that looks like this. So it's like a little like starfish pattern, 6 blocks to the south. The sun is there, so that's the east. So this is the south. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you dig down, you'll find diamonds. It's not every time, but it's pretty much every time. And there's diamonds. Anyway, so that's what the hunters did. It works on our servers, and this is a random single player world. And I mean, I only tried on 2 different spots, and one of them wasn't even the right pattern. This was the right pattern, and it worked. So I'm assuming it works. So you guys can try it yourself. So you see Sam drop George a bucket, and then Ant said, I have an empty bucket. And then he says, go fill them up. There's water literally right there. I'm still just like kind of monitoring what's happening. And then Sam says, I'll make an infinite water source. Watch. He breaks a block. When I look back, so he says, I'll show in the next clip. He says, wait, Sam, just take my bucket, and throws it down. I see that he throws it, and I just realized, I'm like, oh shit, this is my only hope. So I walk off. But look at this. You see this entire like cave ravine that wasn't here before? This was not here before, but now it's all there. Sam fell into it when making the thing. Like, watch, look, it's not there. This whole thing here is not here, and this is sometimes the luck you need in a manhunt in order to survive. Sometimes you need a cave that's hidden below that, when you break sand, makes the hunters fall into it to give you time to eat some fish. I get the bucket. I knew that they were cooking something in the furnace, so I checked it. I saw there was fish. I grabbed it. I didn't bother grabbing the uncooked fish, so I go. Now, I cut out the audio from the next part. Well, I didn't cut it out. Like, I cut out the clip, but like in between here and here, or in between this cut and this cut. So someone goes, I threw my bucket, and Sam is just like digging into him, and I cut it out. I was like, oh, I don't know if Sam would want me to leave this in, because Sam was like, you idiot! Why would you drop your bucket? Blah, 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 blah. And I cut that part out, and it just cuts to me going, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. In the actual clip, I like I cut right here because I like take like a minute. I mean, not a minute, but I take like 10 seconds to grab this damn hoe. And that's why it's not like in my hotbar and it's up here. Cause like my shift button like wasn't working or something. And I'm like trying to shift click it. I'm like, come on, they're right behind me. Come on. Revealing a little bit of the memory. Sometimes I cut out a little bit of things that make me look bad. Gotta play up your skills a little bit. Here, I saw the temple, and I've had like a plan for a long time before to try and use a temple in some way for like a trap or to kill them or something. But I would rarely see temples. But even when I did see temples, it wasn't like a situation where I could kill them. Usually I was going to the stronghold, or I was like swimming away from them or something. So there wasn't really like anything I could do. But in this case, I was like, I don't actually need to trap them and kill them. I just need like time. So then I'm just hoping I was hoping this guy wouldn't like kill me, because they do a lot of damage. And usually it is true that it is smarter for them to follow me, but in this case it wasn't. I saw all their names in, and I was like, I can meme them. I can like just block off the entrance. I don't think there's a second like door. So I block it off. Hay bales like are really quick to break, but underwater they're slow to break, and when you have mining fatigue 3, they're like impossible to break. So funny, because like, I thought, hearing this from my perspective, that George was like actually dying, like, and then we have his perspective. He has like almost full bubbles, and he's like screaming at Sapnap to move because he's gonna die. Like, how is he gonna die? He's almost on full bubbles. Like, what is he doing? He's a drama queen. Yeah. That bought me some time, but I did get the jungle saplings here, and then later on, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I like checked my inventory, and I was like, "You're joking." I threw out my flipping whatever. They're chasing me here. Oh my god. I'm hit. Just stay on it. I decided, I can just go in an underwater cave. I have the bucket still. Sam decided to chase me down, and he died because I hit him a couple times, but then he just was, when you're drowning, you take like 1 heart of damage like every second. Like, it's ridiculous. So I'm gonna go break out to get his stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm in water. I'm gonna drown. I need to like pick up the water. I pick up the water. As I'm like about to go break it again, Savnut goes, I got the loot. I got the loot. Like about Sam's loot, which was like almost full diamond. Which if I had gotten that would have like changed the entire manhunt, because I would have been like way more aggressive. I would have been able to fight them actually. But he didn't get it. And I was like, oh damn it. So I turn around and I just like I dig away. And then he like reveals, he's like, wait, George, you need to get Sam's loot. You need to get Sam's loot. It's somewhere down there. Like, and then like after I was already far away, then I was like, what? Like, I got jebaited. And here I saw this lava, and I was like, I might as well make a nether portal, because I don't know when I'll find another lava pool that's like big enough. And I thought if I just get the achievement now, then they won't know when I enter the nether, like later on. They might not notice right away and everything. So if there was like a fortress right there or something, I might have stayed in the nether, gotten the things, then hopped out like really quickly. But so basically, when they thought I went to the nether, and they had no reason to believe that I just went to the nether and then came right back out instantly, they're not clicking their compass, because if they click their compass, they lose where I was, and then they have no way of getting to my portal or finding where my portal was. But if they clicked the compass and if they did click the compass though, they would have seen that I was not in the nether. But they didn't. But they never clicked the compass because they had no reason to, because they thought I was in the nether, and it doesn't do anything if I'm in the nether. So that's why this whole sequence, I'm like running around, and they're not. They just like, they're walking right by me, and they don't even realize that I'm here. At this point, I was like, all right, I want to go to the nether now, but I don't want to go to the nether down here, because if I go to the nether down here to their, if they make a portal, I'll link up to their portal, or they'll link up to my portal. And so if I go far enough away, then it'll be like a new portal link. And then they went to the nether. And then because when they're in the nether, like I said, if you try and track somebody and they're not in the dimension that you're in, it tells you no players to track. And so because it says no players to track, they'll know. I cut out when they saw me. It's like you just hear George say, "Pirates, roll out," or whatever. Because when they saw me, it was just like, I think all of them were screaming at once. Like it was like it was pure chaos. I was like, okay, I'd rather not like, I don't know, destroy people's eardrums. I'd rather just have them say pirates roll out and they're right there. And I was like, hopefully people aren't confused and are like, how did they get there? When they saw me, they're like, he's there. And then you just hear like everybody at once just screaming their head off. I'm like, all right, okay, well, I'm just gonna cut that. This part, I don't think you guys realize sometimes how much was cut out. Like this manhunt was so long. Like from this cut to this cut is like probably like 5 minutes or something. And so I'm sitting up here cooking, and then Sapton up. He hadn't done it yet, but after this he does TNT cannons. I destroy their food. Yeah, like this one, this is like his third attempt at the TNT cannon one. And the reason Sam said before, like you have to light it pretty close to when you light the other one, is because I think he like lit one before. It like didn't blow up. It like fell down to the bottom and like almost blew them up or something. And so they were like Sapnap, like be careful, you're gonna kill us.
Bye. Let's go.
Wait, listen to this voice crack.
Ooh, that might be good. Bye. Let's go.
Bye. When I was editing, I thought that was the funniest thing ever, but this is kind of funny. Like here, I just saw that there was like a bunch of floating sand, and so I thought, oh, I'll just jump across it, place a block, and make it fall. Yeah, and so this was just a stall. I stalled, and then I was able to get back to the portal because of it.
There's a portal! Get over here! He's literally...
I just mine into the wall. I thought I'll try and TNT them because I'm above them. This is pretty standard stuff. They see me, chasing after me. I think this TNT was good. I realized, oh, they're just gonna keep following me, but if I like blow up the path behind me and they have to like back off, that gives me enough time to get across this whole lava without having to like speed bridge massively or anything. George did that. I mentioned it in the manhunt, but like before the last time, I think it was the very last manhunt, George went like, oh, and then like laughed. And I was like, what? And he's like, nothing. And it was because he saw the fortress. And so this time when he did that and he was like, uh-oh, I was like, wait, I mean, the fortress, like I was just looking that way. And so maybe he thought I saw the fortress, but I didn't see the fortress. So I just moved left because I'm like, maybe it's over here. And then I see it.
I was right.
That said in chat, he's in the UK. He's not in the UK yet. George runs to get saved by Sapnap. Stay away from him! Just fighting. This is all very standard. Running. This was close. This was a close call. Those blocks right there. Oh, that saved me from not getting like fully charged attacked. And like here, you can't really tell, but Sam's like right behind me. And so Sam's like chasing right behind me, and then I'm running this way, and then Sam comes out of this corridor, and I'm like, you're kidding me. They're just coming from everywhere on this damn fortress. Like, where the hell do I go? Skeletons do 1 heart. I didn't block in time. So this skeleton shot me. And then I unblock because I thought the skeleton shot me. This skeleton is aiming at me. This skeleton walked in front of it and got shot. I would have been dead. I cook food. Pretty standard stuff. I just had this whole manhunt, I had no food. I saw that they were all like they were all like right here, and I'm on half a heart. And I was like, this is my only chance to like get out right now. And I saw I could jump here and then run along. And I was like, I just want to dig into the ground. This part's crazy. Like I really wanted this blaze rod. This was very dumb of me, but I really wanted this blaze rod. Like ants on fire. Obviously I kill that. So I see the blaze rod on the floor. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna grab the blaze rod. Obviously they think I'm like attacking them. So they're like, they have their shields up, like ready to fight me, obviously. But then I'm just like, all right, thank you for the blaze rod. I'm getting out of here. I'm mining up. But I fall down like right next to them. And I'm on 1 heart. Ant's right here, like not even looking. Obviously, they're like trying to go up to where I am. He's holding his compass, like, where's his compass? Where is he gonna go? And of course, Sapnap's right here. Anyway, so he's like, what the? And blocks his shield, and then he's chasing me. He's like right behind me. George comes around the corner. I want you guys to hear this noise. It's a collection of me gasping and George screaming.
Where is he? He's gone. Kill the lasers.
So mine is like, and then George just goes like, ah, like, cause he comes around the corner, not like George just has no expectation that I'm gonna be right there. I'm just looking for food. George is on his like nether path, trying to get back and dying over and over again. And then this bastion part, again, this is like 20 minutes or something, and it's cut down in like a couple minutes, like 3 minutes. So yeah, I enchanted my punch bow, but if you see, I have no saplings now. Like I have my saplings here, and then I don't have my saplings here. I threw out my saplings. I threw them out. I don't know why. So I actually looked into this. So somebody mentioned that I go from here where I have 13 levels to then like the next cut, I have 23. I replied on Reddit and I said that was me mining quartz because I thought it was, but it wasn't. That wasn't me mining quartz. I checked. This was me getting the achievement for entering all of the biomes. Like when you enter every single biome, you get an achievement for it and it gives you XP. I like this music change. Like me flicking my mouse like I'm turning my head. Here I'm just thinking, as soon as I mined out, I was like, oh god, I just got to go. I have my punch bow, so my plan was to like lure them out over the lava and punch them out. I punched George here. Look, I can see George, and George doesn't realize that I can see him. He was like, so like one of you guys mined under me. One of you guys mined under me, and then they were like, it's Dream. And he's like, no, Dream couldn't have like seen where I was, and then they say you were glowing, and he goes, oh, I was glowing. I'm just using a bow. I'm being ranged. People say all the time. This is the thing. I've said this so many times, so it's like I feel like a broken record saying this. People always say like, oh, why do they not just, when he's on half a heart and he has no sprint, why don't they just kill him? Not only do they not know that I'm on half a heart, they don't know I'm on no sprint, and that's like on purpose. I'm mining around. Like you're not sprinting when you're mining around. Like how can they tell here that I have no sprint? And people a lot of times as well will say like, well why do they hit you a lot when you're on like full health and they don't hit you at all when you're on low health? Like because I change what I do. This is the closest like that's like the only spot that they actually probably could have potentially hit me with like and done damage. Like right there is the percent was right there, but I was like shifting on like you only see like the tippy top of my head. It's weird. Like I feel safer like in this situation in the Nether than I do in the overworld with like a couple like half health, because at least I know that they can't find where I am. Like now I don't like it when I'm out in the open. But and then I ran, and then I realized that I could punch bow across. And I go through. George is here. This annoyed me because of the lag. This is what annoyed me because of the lag. He got a free crit. I was blocking my shield. He's not even moving on my screen, and he gets like this epic crit on me. I'm running towards the stronghold, and there's a jungle. Well, it's not actually a jungle, but it's like a mini little thing. I own George here. And this is where I got my sapling. So I towered up. This section, I was here for like 15 minutes. Like I'm up on this tree, like breaking leaves, trying to get like saplings. I have no food. Like I don't know what they're doing. Like this whole area, I'm here for like forever. This took ages. Like I was in this area for, it might have been even more than 15 minutes. It was like 15 to 20 minutes, maybe more than that. No, so this segment was kind of long too. Like I was bridging for a while. Be good.
Where is he?
So I go down. I go right back up after I stay down for a little bit. They thought I might be in the stronghold, so they came down. Again, people say things like, why is Bad not fighting him? He's on 1 hunger bar and 2 hearts, or 1.5 hearts, because he doesn't know. He thinks I'm on full health. Maybe he knows my hunger's low, but he thinks I'm like on high health, or this is like one of the first times in a manhunt I got attacked from behind, like because I'm usually pretty aware of like my surroundings, but here I think I'm fighting George and Bad, and I get like surprised. Like there, I got crit from behind. And then I was like, it messed up my crit on George as well. So I got a crit on George, but then George got hit on me. It's like instantly I'm on 3 hearts. This honestly ended up being kind of useless, but it gave me some time. I sorted my inventory a little bit. I got some wood for blocks. Like, I mean, it wasn't bad. I saw someone do it on TikTok, a TikTok clip of it, and I thought it was cool, so I wanted to do it, but it didn't really end up doing that much, but it was good. I mean, I got some wood. Here people were saying, why didn't I get out of the boat? This is what happened. I landed. I realized I didn't have the eye yet, and I saw Bad was blocking his shield, and I was like, okay, Bad, like they're not gonna, when I'm in the boat, they're gonna expect me to hop out of the boat instantly. And so it sounds dumb, but I was like, they're gonna expect me to hop out of the boat instantly. So the best way for me to take no damage is to stay in the boat for a long time and then get out of the boat once they think like, oh, he's still in the boat, and then go to hit me in the boat, because then it teleports you when you get out of the boat. We're just finding the stronghold. I was looking for food. I was going around looking for shipwrecks here because I needed food, and I knew that food can be in shipwrecks, like carrots and stuff. Like this one didn't have anything because I had already looted it, I guess, or someone had. I see it underwater. Dig down. I'm trying to find the portal room. I should have grabbed that helmet in hindsight. Didn't end up mattering, but. So here, I find a slime. And so I realized that, so I don't know if anyone knows how slime spawning works, but slimes only spawn in swamps and certain chunks that are called slime chunks. I don't know. I don't know if they also spawn somewhere else, but I just know that they spawn in slime chunks. So when I killed this slime, I realized that this is a slime chunk. And I thought, oh, okay, there's a slime chunk here. And so I end up digging down below this to try and see if I can find a cave like around here, because there needs to be a big area for like slime to spawn. Once I dig down, I end up hearing I think a slime jump. And so I mine towards it and I find a cave.
He's breaking the look.
Fine, I'll get him. All right, fine, I'll get him. I don't know why that's so funny to me.
Look at him.
And George calls it the front door. I tried. I like George would have been probably dead on like all these crits. Like I keep missing him. Like what? Like that's a good crit. Like that. I guess he had his shield up and I didn't see it somehow. And then he breaks himself in. And of course they unleash Sapnap to come like out like a bull. I run in. I pearl. It like glitches me and I crawl in. And they're hitting my feet. This scared me because there's a cut here because this took like 5 or 6 seconds for me to load in, and I was sitting there like load, like I can't see what I'm doing. They're gonna be coming in like right after me. There's a cut there, and like I like placed this block when I was blind. I was like looking around trying to like spam place. Like, is it gonna update? Is this world gonna load? And so I shoot him off. I should have shot bad there. Though this is what happened. I wanted to kill Sapnap, so I shoot George, and then I realized, oh, they're gonna block right now. They're gonna block their shields. Because they realized that they realized that I shot George off, right? So I like scanned to look for Sapnap, and I see him, and I realize, oh god, he's blocking his shield. Sapnap is just the best out of them in PvP, and he had full diamond. And so I realized, like, oh god. So people pointed this out. I saw at least one person point out, like, oh, he didn't want to like knock them off. He should have just shot them off, because then he would have like, but he didn't want to kill him because it'd be like a better video if they didn't die. That's not why. I shot George, and I realized as soon as I shot George, I was trying to be strategic about what I was doing, which maybe I should have just shot bad. But in terms of what I thought in my mind, I was like, okay, me killing bad isn't going to do much. I mean, it would do something, but me killing full diamond Sapnap is like a massive thing. And obviously, based on what happens after this, if Sapnap had not blocked his shield there as quickly as he had, and I had turned and shot him instead of shooting someone else, that could have just instantly saved the game, like for me, if I ended up losing because of him clutching.
I have an axe. Does anyone have armor?
And so I built a flying machine here. Someone pointed out that I didn't have firework rockets, and I commented on Reddit that like my main plan here wasn't to go and get the elytra. My main thing was to go to the end island, and there's like a lot of stuff. Like I can get like tons of food there because there's the chorus fruit. I can get basically infinite food from getting the chorus fruit, and then also there's the diamond armor that you can get from it, and they all have diamond armor. And I thought, oh, I can get like the protection for diamond armor that they have in the towers. Obviously, they realized pretty quickly what I'm doing, and they told me afterwards that they had talked about before that like they like tried to strategize around like if I ever did this again, what would they do? And they couldn't really come up with anything. They just thought like, oh, like if we tried to build up and break the slime block. That was the only thing they talked about, was like if you could break the slime block, it would stop the machine. And so they thought about that, but they thought, oh, how would we break the slime block? There's not really a good way to break the slime block. So they didn't really have too much of a plan, but Sapnap knew that because they had strategized about it before. This was pretty epic. Like seeing this shot where it's like he's like over the void towering up trying to speed break. He just messes up here, he falls and he's dead, and he loses full diamond as well. It was very, very ballsy. He dropped his armor because he knew he was going to probably die, because I think again because they had talked about it and gone over the fact that there's no other way to stop it. Like you have to break the slime block or place like a block in front of it. Otherwise you can't really stop the machine. The machine will just keep going. And so he's not thinking about killing me. He's realizing even if he tries to jump on the machine and kill me, I could just like knock him off or something, and it keeps going. And so he's just thinking, I just need to break the machine however I can. And so he jumps, breaks the slime block, and that stops the machine. This was just intense. But here I was thinking I could maybe rebuild it. So I'm like collecting the materials and stuff. And then I realized that the slime block was gone, and I realized that's how he broke it. Like that's how he broke the machine. I don't think I had realized up to that point exactly what he had done. And I was like, oh god, I can't rebuild the machine. I don't have all the components. I didn't get extra slime. I only had 1 or 2 extra slime balls, and you needed like 9 to make a block. So, and this is just epic. Like being out here over the void is really cool. So here I was thinking I could maybe build back to the tower, but this 44 blocks is gravel, and I can't like build with it. So I was like, I don't even really have that many blocks. And what I thought was if I build all the way back to the tower, then I'm gonna have no blocks and no arrows. And I'd be like screwed. Like, what am I gonna do? No blocks and no arrows. How am I even gonna break all the what's it called? The machine, like the crystals. I'm kind of just gauging like, oh, what do I do? And then I was like, all right, I'll use my gravel because I can go up higher with gravel. And then the dragon's coming up, and I'm thinking like, oh god, the dragon's gonna destroy them. And then it left, and I was like, oh god. Of course, the dragon doesn't want to be my savior. But I decided, at this point, I decided, okay, I'm just gonna tower up high, try and make him come to me. I can maybe knock him down, kill one of them or something. Or I was thinking at this point, I was thinking I could jump and what's it called? Jump and like MLG water down there, and then just run down the tower. But I thought I'd stall and like have George come up because I knew George was down there somewhere. And so I thought if I stalled, George could come up and then I could jump down over there and be fine. Sam tries to pearl. I see him miss. He died. I was like, oh god, he died. He had tons of stuff. I jumped down. People got mad at me for not grabbing this chest plate. I had no time. I didn't want to get like knocked into the void. Like I'm standing here on the edge next to the void. And at this point I was kind of formulating a plan with the stuff that I got. Sapnap was being an idiot and telling me to fishing rod him. So here I'm building this shape for the TNT. At this point I already knew what my plan was. And then here I was thinking, the problem is a lot of them are looking up. Like I need them to not realize instantly that the TNT is coming. So people asked, why did I drop stuff? And why did I drop good stuff? Because I did drop good stuff. And that was the reason for it, is I thought, if I drop stuff on them, then they might look. They'll open their inventory and that blocks like half their screen, you know? So I drop stuff. I'm kind of slowly dropping it, trying to get their attention. I hear him saying he's throwing junk at us. And then he said an anvil. And then I do the TNT, and so I did it in like 3 different locations. I kind of scouted out. And so Sapnap hears TNT, block, 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 and like looks up. And then he didn't see this TNT, but he saw the other TNT. So it's like, he just looked at like the most unfortunate moment, but he's like, TNT starts to look up, and then he like saw the TNT pass him. He's like, oh no, it was there already. Ah! And just dies. I was like, all right, I can jump, slime block, go to the other location. Water bug clutch down here. That was just epic. That was just epic. But I was worried about getting knocked off. Because if I tried to run down to him, he could knock me off. But then when he came up here, I was like, okay, I'm better than him at shield. So I know the timing better. And so I was being cocky. I was being overly confident. And I was like, I can hit him once, clear his shield, block his hit with my shield, and knock him off before he can get a hit on me. And so I'll angle myself to the point where he just 100% gets knocked off. And he barely got me. But so here I decided, okay, I'm gonna run at him straight, so he doesn't have a good angle on me, and he can't hit my shield. I hit him, but that's what ended up getting messed up. And he hits me, and I ended up falling off because my shield was on repair. And then here I was thinking like, at first I thought, oh, I can just, when I was swimming up, I wasn't that worried. Like I fell down here and I was like, oh, I can place water on the tower like above me and just swim up to it. And then as soon as I exited the water, I was like, oh shit, I'm too low. And so I opened my inventory. I'm trying to figure out like what I can do based on what I have in my inventory. I'm just like looking, I'm like, oh, I have a punch bow. I have no arrows. I have no blocks. I have I don't have anything. So I'm kind of looking like, okay, can I like get over there? No, I can't get over there. Okay, what about from this water? No. What's my inventory? What do I have? I have dirt. No, I can't really place that anywhere. Can I reach over there? What if I place water? What if I place water over there? And then I was like, what if I like swim across and like fall and place water and then get back? Because I can't reach. And I was like, what if I just like jump across, place it, and come back? And I was like, no, I'll just die. And then I like turn over here to look and see, could I get to this block? Like, could I maybe jump to that block somehow? And then I see the stuff here. And I was like, oh shit. And so I pull out the fishing rod, and then I thought I didn't reach. And I wasn't sure if I got it, but I checked and I did. And there we go. That was the end. There was a funny moment there. Awesome Dude fell, and the reason George laughed is because they're like, how do we get him? He's like up in the air. And then Awesome Dude was like, what if we just run at the dragon? And then the dragon like shoots us up in the air. And I only didn't include it because it didn't fit the music. But he like did it, and like it almost worked. Like he like flew, like it like flung him up, and like he like flung right by me. It's like he like flung, and you just see him go like right by the edge there and fall to his death. And he was like so close to hitting me there, and then George was just laughing because he just fell to his death. But that's the end. you go. Bye. Love you guys.